Hi, everyone. We are just giving people time to join. And as you are joining, note today's event will be broadcast in French and English through live translation. To activate translation, please look to the bottom of your screen and click on the button that says interpretation and select the language of your preference, either English or French. Bonjour, bonsoir à tout le monde. Selon le lieu d'où vous nous joignez ce soir, nous vous prions de patienter quelques minutes. Nous sommes en train de permettre aux uns et aux autres de se connecter. Et pour cela, veuillez noter que l'événement sera traduit en direct et donc diffusé en français et en anglais. Et pour activer la traduction, regardez juste au bas de votre écran et vous allez cliquer sur le bouton qui dit interprétation. Quand vous voyez le bouton, c'est comme un petit globe. Vous voyez ce bouton, vous cliquez, ça va vous donner deux choix, anglais ou le français. Donc, vous cliquez sur la langue qui vous convient. Pendant ce temps, nous allons attendre que les uns et les autres nous rejoignent. Vous pouvez également nous faire le plaisir d'écrire dans le petit onglet de discussion d'où est-ce que vous êtes en train de nous joindre, de quel pays. Ça nous fera vraiment plaisir de vous faire un petit coucou en attendant que nous lancions officiellement cet événement. Merci beaucoup. So we are encouraging you to activate your translation. And as I was saying, please look to the bottom of your screen and click on the button that says interpretation and select the language of your preference, either English or French, as you are joining. We still have a few minutes, just giving people time to join. Thank you so much.
Oui, je vous entends.
Oh, bienvenue à la RDC, au Burkina, Niger, Sénégal. Bienvenue à tous. You can indicate your country, the country from where you are actually. Donc, vous pouvez indiquer le pays d'où vous êtes en train de nous suivre. Ça nous fera vraiment plaisir. Et comme je le disais, n'oubliez surtout pas de cliquer sur le globe juste en bas pour choisir votre langue de préférence, soit le français, soit l'anglais. Le petit globe dit interprétation. Lorsque vous cliquerez dessus et vous allez choisir soit le français, soit l'anglais. Donc, nous donnons encore une minute aux uns et aux autres pour pouvoir nous joindre. Et dans quelques secondes, nous allons lancer. Welcome, William. Located on Prince Edward Island. You are welcome from Canada. Yes. Hi, Hubert, John Van Mosser. Welcome from Canada. Hi, Nancy. Welcome. Victor from Malawi, you are welcome. Yes. We are still waiting for people to join. Yeah. Donc, nous attendons encore que les gens continuent de se joindre à nous, juste quelques minutes, et dès que c'est OK, nous allons commencer. OK, nous allons commencer. N'oubliez pas, dès que vous nous joignez, de choisir votre langue. Bienvenue, Lucien, Kablakan, les champions d'Afrique de la Côte d'Ivoire. Barbara from Toronto, you're welcome. Welcome to this event. Chris Maduka, you are welcome from Nigeria. Vous êtes vraiment les bienvenus. Don't forget, click on the bottom that says interpretations and choose your language. Language of either English or French. Donc, n'oubliez pas, pendant que vous êtes en train de vous joindre à nous, de cliquer sur le bouton interprétation juste en bas et vous allez choisir la langue de votre choix. Bienvenue. Welcome, Suzanne. Welcome. Welcome to this event. Yes, I think we are going to start now. I think you can just stay in on the hall that you have choose for your language, because I'll be switching during this event, so you won't be able to follow me each time. If you have choose French, you can just stay there. Si tu as choisi le français, tu restes, parce que je vais changer de langue à chaque fois que nous serons dans cet événement, parce qu'on a plusieurs intervenants qui parlent des langues différentes. Hi Robert, Mary, you are welcome. Et je pense que là maintenant, nous allons commencer. Je pense que nous allons effectivement commencer ce webinaire de ce jour, le webinaire de ce jour. Yes. Bonjour ou bonsoir, chers participantes. Et une fois de plus, bienvenue à cet événement organisé par Radio Rurale Internationale pour la célébration de la Journée internationale de la radio qui se célèbre tous les 13 février. Donc, l'année dernière, le thème de cet événement, c'était Radio et paix. Et pour cette édition, le thème arrêté est un siècle d'information, de divertissement et d'éducation. Donc, à Radio Rurale Internationale, cette célébration est couplée à la récompense des lauréats des prix RRI 2024, notamment les prix de communication George Atkins. George Atkins, qui est le fondateur, autant pour moi, de Radio Rurale Internationale, et le prix Liz Hughes pour Radio Rurale au féminin. Cet événement se déroulera, comme je l'ai dit au début, dans une combinaison de langue avec traduction simultanée. Et pour activer la traduction, veuillez regarder au bas de votre écran et cliquer sur le bouton qui dit interprétation et sélectionner la langue de votre choix, soit l'anglais ou le français. Donc, dès que vous allez le faire, vous allez entendre la session dans la langue que vous aurez choisie. Cet événement va durer environ 1 heure et pendant cette heure, nous aurons environ 10 minutes pour une séance de questions-réponses à la fin. Ceci dit, vous êtes invités à soumettre vos questions pour nous ou nos invités dans la boîte de questions et réponses que vous allez certainement voir au bas de votre écran et nous allons bien sûr répondre à ces questions. Il y a également la boîte de discussion. Vous pourrez également soumettre vos questions à la boîte de discussion, mais nous souhaitons que vous les soumettez à la boîte questions-réponses. Juste à titre de rappel, cet événement sera enregistré et diffusé sur nos différents réseaux et vous pourrez regarder plus tard sur notre chaîne YouTube, sur notre site web, si vous voulez revenir en arrière, commencer. Pour cette célébration 2024, l'année dernière, en 2023, nous étions là. Cette année encore, nous sommes là et je sais que nous serons encore là pour plusieurs autres années. Et comme de coutume, je vais vous introduire Kevin Perkins, le directeur exécutif de Radio Rurale Internationale, pour un mot de bienvenue. Et il va nous faire plonger directement dans l'événement. Merci, Kevin. Et bienvenue.
Thank you, Martine. Bienvenue tout le monde. It is my pleasure to extend a very warm welcome and best wishes for a happy World Radio Day. to everyone who is joining us for this special occasion. As most of you know, Farm Radio International is dedicated to making radio a more powerful force for good in rural Africa, one that shares knowledge, amplifies voices, and supports positive change. This work is only possible because Africa is served by so many dedicated and capable radio stations and radio producers, broadcasters, technicians, and hosts. It is our great privilege to work with these partners to bring highly effective and much needed communication services to millions of farming women and men in rural Africa. Today, we are recognizing the skill, dedication, and impact of our partners through the George Atkins Communication Award and the Liz Hughes Award for her farm radio. The George Atkins Award recognizes individual radio broadcasters for their outstanding commitment and contribution to food security and poverty reduction in low-income countries. It is named after George Atkins, the founding director of Farm Radio International. It is presented each year to broadcasters who demonstrate overall excellence in responding to small-scale farmers' needs, as well as a strong partnership with Farm Radio International. The Liz Hughes Award for her farm radio recognizes excellent radio programs that serve women listeners. Winning radio programs explore and advance gender equality, for example, by sharing women's experiences and opinions and addressing topics that are important to women and underlying the role of men in gender equality. The award is given to the station team that make this program happen, including the managers, producers, hosts, presenters, reporters, technicians, and everybody else on the team. It is now my honor to turn the mic over to Lloyd Robertson. Lloyd Robertson is a legendary and widely respected Canadian journalist. He served as a chief anchor and senior editor of CTV's national evening newscast from 1984 until 2011, when he retired from the CTV national news team. He continued to be involved in bringing us important stories and news, though, with other programs such as W5. In all his work, he has demonstrated the highest standards of excellence in journalism. Farm Radio International is proud to call him our official spokesperson, a designation that stems back to his close friendship with our founder, George Atkins. There is no more fitting person then than Lloyd Robertson to announce the winners of the 2023 George Atkins Communication Award. Over to you, Lloyd.
Kevin, maybe before Lloyd take over, I want all the participants to keep something. If they forget everything at the end of this event, they should keep that in 2022 and between 2022 and 2023. Farm Radio have been able to reach 24.1 million regular listeners, and we have improved their practices related to farming. We have improved the practices related to farming, health, and nutrition of 4.8 million target people. So this is something people have to keep, the participants have to keep, and I just wanted to highlight it before handing over to Lloyd. Over to you, Lloyd. And thank you for your welcome word, Kevin.
My turn now? My turn now, Martine? I guess so. All right. Hello. And thank you, Kevin, for your very kind words. And you, Martine. I'm delighted once again to be a part of World Radio Day. And what a day it is. Because this is when we get to talk about the George Atkins Award and give away some awards. And I worked with George when he was a farm radio broadcaster in Canada on his daily farm broadcast. And we were all caught up in his enthusiasm, his dedication, his passion in the service of agriculture. He called it the basic industry because we all know agriculture feeds the world, but agriculture also begins right on everybody's own doorstep. And George believed that as a farmer and as a broadcaster, he had a duty to share what he had learned with everyone else everywhere, and especially with those in developing countries that needed the expertise and experiences that people like himself, George, could bring. So when he was appointed to be a member of a UN mission to Africa way back in the 60s, 70s, he made a point of talking to farmers, getting down on the ground, talking to them, finding out about their needs, finding out what their concerns were in the larger picture of feeding the world, feeding the country, feeding themselves. And in no time at all, George was back in Canada, and he developed this idea of sending out scripts to little radio stations in Africa, which would then take this information and use it as their own, through their own people, distributing the information according to everybody's needs. And that was the beginning of the whole idea. And the easy accessibility of radio has made it a key to the success of the George Atkins idea. And last year alone, it reached 24 million. That's 24 million regular listeners. So now, on to the 33rd year of the George Atkins Award. Now, this award, as Kevin mentioned, is presented each year to an individual who demonstrates programming excellence in responding to the needs of small-scale farmers, as well as showing a commitment to Farm Radio International. So let's get to the 2024 winners. Here they come. Alice Lungu from ZNBC Radio 2 in Zambia. Victor Azumani from Umunthi FM in Malawi. And Janibu Traore from Radio Benbakan in Mali. And you can see a picture of George there. And George was that kind of person, big smile on his face, tall, gregarious, happy guy, always willing to meet with anybody, and always wanting to talk about farming. So in just a moment, we'll hear from Janibo Traore. Congratulations to all our winners for their work. And Janibo is going to talk to Rosamonde Bakienko. But first, let's hear from Alice Lunge and Victor Azamani, who have kindly sent in their videos to share a few words with us today.
Thank you very much to Farm Radio team for selecting me as the winner of the George Atkins Award 2024. And yes, radio remains relevant in our community or in Zambia because not all farmers have television sets or are able to read. And yes, it is my desire to see all the farmers in Zambia adopt new farming techniques, because I know that when they adopt these new farming techniques, they'll become profitable farmers and they'll be a force to reckon with. So I just want to say thank you so much, even to the farmers, for listening to the programs that I present on radio and also the stories that I write. Thank you so much and bye-bye. Good morning, sir.
Morning.
How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. My name is George Chulu from Kanya Village, Chipata, Eastern Province. I'm no longer a farmer that I used to be because of the productive educative programs that I listen to from the radio. I now know about intercropping and crop rotation and so many things. I'm a modern farmer. Thank you very much. Keep it up.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning.
How are you today?
I'm fine, thank you. My name is Maureen Malambo. I stay in Chibombo district. I learn a lot through your program. I know how to keep chickens, how to keep goats, how to keep cows, and how to feed.
I am Victor Asmani, working with Umuntu FM here in Malawi. I'm very grateful and glad for being one of the winners of this year's George Atkins Award. I'm very much clear and understand that I was not alone in this competition, no, but several other people participated in the competition. But by emerging one of the winners, I must thank God for that. Ndulimi here at Umuntu FM is one of the most loved programs because the program takes on board all relevant information which farmers might need and on time. For example, the program has several segments including information, entertainment, which include mini drama, local music, by local artists and even national artists, poem, by local poetry and even national poetry, and more importantly, we rely most on the farmer's voice, which we say farmers should come first, should come second, and should come last. So the program is fully packed by information by the very same farmers from within the catchment area of Umuntu FM. Lastly, the program also takes on board the voices for the agricultural experts who come in with the expertise on how farmers can use local farming technologies. Because the program has all what farmers need, this is why they love the program most. Lastly, I'm also repeating that I'm very glad for being one of the winners in this year's George Atkins Award. May God bless you all. Thank you.
Oh. Ça fait vraiment chaud au cœur d'écouter tous ces lauréats sur le terrain. C'est la preuve que le travail que RRI Radio Rurale Internationale fait au quotidien touche vraiment la cible. Merci beaucoup encore et félicitations à Liz Lungu et Victor Asmani, lauréats du prix George Atkins de 2024. Merci également à vous qui venez de nous joindre. Si vous ne le savez pas, vous pouvez choisir votre langue. Juste au bas de l'écran, il y a la petite fenêtre qui dit interprétation. Vous choisissez soit le français, soit l'anglais pour pouvoir mieux écouter l'événement. Maintenant, et sans plus tarder, je vous ai dit, il y a de cela 2 ans, nous étions là pour le même événement et nous avons eu, à cette époque, nous avions eu une gagnante et cette gagnante, c'est Rosemond Bakieno, qui était notre lauréate du prix George Atkins en 2022. Elle est radiodiffuseuse et aujourd'hui directrice de Radio Mounio, une station de radio communautaire pour les femmes à Banifora, c'est au Burkina Faso. Rosemond n'est pas juste là pour faire figure ou alors figurer dans cet événement. Elle est là parce qu'elle va interviewer Djenebou Traoré, une de nos lauréates de cette année 2024. Bienvenue, Rosemond. Bienvenue à toi.
Merci, merci Martine. Alors, merci. Je suis Rosemond Bakieno et j'avais quelques petites questions à poser à ma consoeur malienne, Djenebou Traoré, si elle le veut bien.
OK.
Alors, la première question était de savoir, avant l'animation radio, vous étiez une auditrice de Radio Bembankan avec une réelle passion de la radio. Et
Merci.
qu'est-ce qui vous a amené à vous intéresser à la radio? Et quelles sont les raisons qui vous ont poussé aujourd'hui à devenir animatrice radio?
Merci, merci, Rosamond. Pour répondre à la première question, j'ai eu un grand intérêt pour la radio parce qu'elle me permettait de m'informer et de me distraire tout en étant dans mes tâches quotidiennes. Quand Bemba ouvrait, c'était la première chose pour la communauté parce que c'était la première nouvelle pour la communauté parce que Bemba était la première station de la zone. Et puis, son animation était basée entièrement sur la musique locale de notre zone. On pouvait toujours avoir les informations de nos 3 communes à travers leurs différentes émissions, les avis et communiqués. Les raisons qui m'ont poussée à devenir animatrice viennent en partie des grandes animatrices de la radio nationale du Mali. Également, quand j'étais animatrice dans une ONG locale, dénommée ONG ADS, Association Djigiasso, on faisait des activités de sensibilisation dans les villages à travers les causeries avec les groupements féminins, la projection vidéo, des visites en domicile sur les IST, SIDA, l'excision et la santé de la reproduction. Quand Bemba ouvrait, je me suis dit, avec la radio, on pouvait atteindre à la fois de nombre de personnes pour renforcer les activités menées sur le terrain. On passait des villages, des quartiers pour passer les messages. Mais avec la radio, c'est très simple. Tu peux sensibiliser, informer des millions de personnes une fois en une heure ou bien en une minute. Je me suis dit, avec la radio, on peut renforcer les activités menées sur le terrain. Tu n'as pas besoin d'abandonner quotidiennement tes tâches quotidiennes pour écouter la radio. Tu peux écouter la radio n'importe où, au champ. Sincèrement, les agriculteurs et les agricultrices, tu n'as pas besoin d'abandonner entièrement tes tâches quotidiennes assises pour écouter la radio. Tu peux écouter la radio n'importe où, au champ, dans les jardins, à la maison, en marchant. Même si tu es couché, tu peux écouter la radio contrairement à la télévision. Tu ne peux pas écouter la télévision n'importe où sans laisser tes tâches quotidiennes. Mais avec la radio, c'est l'avantage même de la radio. Une personne occupée peut écouter la radio n'importe où. Faites suivre toute l'actualité grâce à la radio. Faites plaisir en tout moment et en tout lieu, c'est la radio. Donc, c'est en tout pour moi pour la première et la deuxième question.
Ok, merci bien. Merci bien. Alors, selon vous, pourquoi la radio constitue-t-elle un canal d'information privilégié des agriculteurs, agricultrices et des communautés rurales?
Pour moi, la radio constitue un canal privilégié d'information des agriculteurs et agricultrices des communautés rurales du fait de son accessibilité. C'est aussi un média qui éduque, qui informe, qui distrait, contrairement à la télévision, aux journaux ou Internet. On peut écouter la radio n'importe où. La radio fait intervenir dans ses émissions agricoles des agents des services techniques, des ONG, des paysans pilotes qui connaissent les réalités du milieu, les habitudes des paysans, comme les habitudes des agriculteurs et agricultrices. De même, face au changement climatique, il est nécessaire pour les agriculteurs et les agricultrices de suivre la radio pour connaître la prévision météorologique, la nouvelle méthode, la nouvelle technique agricole, les nouveaux matériels et équipements. Ça te va? Donc, la radio constitue un très grand canal privilégié pour les agriculteurs et les agricultures et les communautés rurales.
Merci. Alors, au-delà des visites terrain, des appels téléphoniques, comment vous assurez de prendre en compte les communautaires et suggestions de votre auditoire pour assurer la qualité de vos émissions portant sur l'environnement et la santé?
Bon, pour moi, pour la troisième question, à travers des visites sur terrain et les appels téléphoniques, les préoccupations des auditeurs sont prises en compte. Au-delà de ça, la radio dispose d'un comité de gestion, de plusieurs comités d'écoute. Tous ceux-ci sont ses interlocuteurs au niveau des différents villages. Il transmet régulièrement à la direction de la radio, aux animateurs et aux animatrices, les messages des auditeurs, leurs soucis et leurs préoccupations. Des émissions ont été même réalisées suite à ces échanges, notamment sur la santé, la nutrition, l'environnement, tel que la coupe abusive du bois, l'utilisation des pesticides, les produits toxiques, les déchets plastiques, les feux de brousse, les techniques de plantation et l'entretien des plantes. Tout ça, ce sont les soucis et les préoccupations de la population, des agriculteurs et agricultrices pour qu'on puisse prendre la disposition pour l'environnement. Parce que si tu dis l'agriculture, c'est l'environnement. C'est ça pour la troisième question, Madame Rosemond.
Merci beaucoup. Alors, pour terminer, j'aimerais savoir comment les services et ressources RRI, les ressources radio offertes par la Radio Rurale Internationale RRI, constituent-elles ou bien
FRI is providing to you. Do you think that these resources and services are improving your production work? Can you give us a specific example of resources you get from FRI and you are using for your work? Thanks for this question. This is a relevant question. Before we start working with FRI, we were producing many programs based on the resources we were getting from FRI without calling to specialists or experts. Because you may have resources, but if you don't resort to experts, you won't know how to provide effective programs. But thanks to the information we were getting through the resources from FRI, we saw that it was important for us to join specialists to our radio production. And these experts can provide us with the right information so that we can serve in a better way the listeners from the rural communities.
Okay, merci beaucoup, Madame Traoré.
Thanks a lot, Mrs. Traoré. Thanks to you. And also to add, For the radio resources provided by FRY, these resources help us to better plan our radio programs and to adapt them to our context. These resources are very helpful to us.
Merci.
Thanks.
Merci, Rosamond.
Thank you.
Bonjour.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Rosamonde. And congratulations again to Janebu. And there you see an example of how radio works so well. And those of us who practice this craft, we know it, we love it. I've been in it since 1952, which I guess makes me ancient. But we know that it's having an effect. We see that the good it's doing. And there's an example of it right there. So congratulations once again to our winners on this World Radio Day. And back to you, Martine.
Thank you so much, Leo. Thank you so much. And I think that I will not need to remind all the participants when they see Rosamond, when they see the Jinabu, they can easily understand that they can easily understand that the work we are doing on the field is really involving a very important aspect of gender equality and inclusion. It's just by the way that I am mentioning it. Thank you for all those who are still joining us now. We are very grateful. And before I continue, I want to recognize the participation of Liz Atkins. I saw one of her comments in the chat, and it's always a pleasure for us to have her for this event. Yes, you can still send us a small comment, your questions, because after this part, we are going directly into a session of answering your questions, and it will be our pleasure to voice out what you want to know. I know that there are already some questions that have been answered in the chat, but you can still add and ask your question. We are here for you. So now I want to introduce Doug to announce the winners and runners-up of the Liz Hughes Award. We said that it was also an opportunity for us to hand over the prize to this winner of runner-up and runners-up of the Liz Hughes Award. And after this wonderful celebration of the winners of the George Atkins Award, I would like to introduce to you that winner. And I want to remind you or to tell you more about this prize. Liz Hughes Award is given out by Farm Radio International to award a station team that's dedicated to serving women listeners. So the winning programs generally address gender equality and ensure women's voices are heard, ensure that women's voices are heard. For this year, we have received 28 candidates in 9 different countries, and the episode generally that are evaluated addressed topics including the education of girls, reproductive health, and economic empowerment. Just to remind you, last year, the winner was the program called Égalité des genres et équilibre, so gender equality and social balance, from Radio Evangile Alabaka in Togo. And this year again, we were impressed by the number and the quality of submission. So the winners were chosen by a jury composed of gender specialists, professionals, broadcasters, and representatives from partner organizations. And the Liz Hughes Award for her, Farm Radio bears the name of a remarkable woman. Yes, Liz was a member of the board of directors of Farm Radio International. She was herself a journalist and a broadcaster. She worked for many years at CBC, supporting other broadcasters. and at Farm Radio International, and in everything that she did, she was also a champion of gender equality. Liz passed away from cancer in 2018, but today we are proud to honor her memory. And each year we are proud to honor her memory with this prize. And for this prize, I would like to introduce Doug Rushton. He was here last week for the same event. He will give out the prize to this year's winner. Doug is Liz's husband. He is also a journalist, and he was also part of the jury this year. So Doug, over to you.
Thank you, Martine. Just a bit more about Liz. She was smart and passionate about her work and what she believed in. And that included Farm Radio International, as you said. She sat on the board. She was a strong advocate for gender equality and Farm Radio's role in supporting it. She also loved Africa, starting back in 1987, when we took our 4-year-old daughter on a 6-month trip to Kenya, Tanzania, Zambia, and Zimbabwe. She returned in 1994 to work with South African broadcasters, covering that country's first democratic election. And the two of us spent a glorious month camping in Botswana and Namibia in 2015. So today I should also point out she was a wonderful mother to our children. Today I'm honored to announce the winner and runner-up for the 2024 Liz Hughes Award for her farm radio. The runner-up is La Dame Blonde, which translates as advocating for the establishment of an education vestibule, from Radio Kenedougou in Mali. Congratulations to our exceptional runner-up this year. The grand prize winner of the Liz Hughes Award for 2024 is Wake Daya, remove the bad one, from Peace FM in Nigeria. Peace FM is recognized for its proactive efforts in promoting gender and behavioral change within communities. The station is noted for its inclusive approach, actively involving both men and women in its programming and initiatives by focusing on gender equality and fostering community engagement. Peace FM contributes significantly to the pursuit of just and sustainable development. Their work in these areas exemplifies their commitment to addressing key societal issues and making a positive impact in our community. In just a moment, I will speak with Zainab Babaji, from Peace FM. But first, let's hear from the team at Radio Kenedougou in Mali.
Bonjour, moi je m'appelle Konebo, je suis journaliste animateur à la radio Kenedougou. Également, je suis animateur sur l'émission de la Dame Blonde du projet RR de la radio internationale.
Bonjour à toutes et à tous, je me nomme Diana Boussangare, je suis animatrice de l'émission La Dame Blonde de la radio Kenedougou Sikasso.
Bonjour, moi je suis Daouda Mariko, je suis directeur de la radio Kenedougou. Et même sur les 100.0 MHz à Sigasso.
La Dame Blonde au vestibule d'éducation est une émission qui est axée sur la santé sexuelle et reproductive, les violences basées sur le genre.
L'objectif de l'émission, c'est le bien-être des femmes.
C'est une émission informative car on collecte l'avis de la population et en plus au jour de l'émission, une personne ressource est invitée sur le plateau, que ce soit un homme ou une femme, de mettre les gâteaux déjà en valeur. C'est une émission également qui est co-animée par 10 personnes, dont une femme et un homme.
Nous incluons les voix des auditeurs en respectant l'égalité des genres à travers la plateforme ULISA, micro-trottoir, tribune téléphonique et groupe d'écoute communautaire.
La radio Kenedougou reste pertinente dans la communauté car la radio Kenedougou soutenue et promouvoir l'égalité des genres dans notre société. Nous, en tant qu'acteurs, en se taquinant, on met les auditeurs à l'aise.
Je suis très heureux que l'équipe de production de Radio Kénédougou ait pu vraiment être lauréate du prix Liz Hughes de Radio Rurale Internationale au féminin. Aujourd'hui, notre programme avec RAI nous a permis vraiment de mettre le focus sur le rôle social de la radio. Ce prix-là, c'est un signe d'encouragement, un signe de motivation, mais aussi une interpellation à l'adresse de l'ensemble des équipes de production pour dire qu'elles n'ont pas le droit vraiment de baisser la main encore.
Je remercie l'équipe de la Radio Rurale Internationale de nous avoir donné cette opportunité d'animer cette émission du projet RAI.
Et aussi reconnaître vraiment notre gratitude à RAI.
Je remercie la Radio Rurale Internationale d'avoir placé leur confiance en nous. Et je remercie également les membres du jury du prix de la Radio Rurale au féminin. Être finaliste, c'est une fierté pour nous. Et on remercie l'ensemble de la Radio Rurale Internationale et l'ensemble des membres du jury au nom de l'équipe de production de la Dame Blonde de la Radio Kénédougou.
Je voudrais vraiment remercier une fois de nouveau l'ensemble vraiment des auteurs de Radio Kénédougou et encourager mon équipe de production de l'avant pour ne plus être et jamais être vraiment à la queue.
Well, okay, bringing up the rear is one way of putting it, but your status as a runner-up is something to be proud of. You did well. Zainab, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Hello. How has your station talked about gender equality issues? Can you tell us about specific issues of programs that promote equal opportunities, giving a voice to both men and women through your station?
Okay, good evening, everyone. Peace FM, which is an arm of Plateau Radio Television Corporation based in Jos, Central Nigeria, has so many programs that address gender inequality. And this program, Watch It There, is one of the programs that try to address gender equality. And the program gives women the opportunity to contribute. Looking at the zone here has been engulfed in conflict and crisis, and women have not been adequately given the opportunity to contribute their quota towards peaceful coexistence in the areas. So Work It There, just like I heard you say, work there is Work It There, and Work means in Hausa means beans, and beans sometimes, if not used appropriately or kept appropriately, it contaminates. So the idea of Work It There is to remove the bad one or factors that are militating against peaceful coexistence among people of diverse religions, diverse cultures, diverse tribes, and so on. So it gives an opportunity for women to contribute their own quota. And another thing is it's a sponsored program by CIPP, that is Community Initiatives to Promote Peace, which is being run by Africa Radio Drama Association, that is ARDA, and being sponsored by international organizations such as USAID, Mercy Corps, Interfaith Mediation Center, Savannah Center for Diplomacy, and so many other partners that are working to ensure that women understand the concept of peace and to lend their voice to be able to contribute their quota in the peaceful coexistence among people in the society. And like I said, the primary objective of the program is to ensure that stakeholders come together give every one of members of the society opportunity to contribute in one way or the other. So aside from women, we also bring stakeholders on board, like the religious leaders, community leaders, women groups, youth, and so many other groups that are essential in ensuring peaceful coexistence in the society. And we also bring people living with disability, who sometimes the perception people have is that they cannot do as much as the people that don't have disability. So we bring them on board to share their own contributions, their plight, and get respite, get authorities and individuals to address their issues.
Okay, where are you? There you are. Radio programs have to be informative, and you certainly have accomplished that, but they also have to be entertaining and interesting. How do you maintain that balance between straight up information and having people really enjoying the program?
Okay, before I answer that, the program Work It There, like I said, is a project for 5 years, although we have stopped in November last year due to funding, but we hope we will continue this year. So the program itself, there's a segment that help women in the communities, especially the communities that have been involved in conflict, to come together as a group, in selected communities. So every Friday at 10:30 to 11:30, that is when the program takes place on the station. So every Friday, the women come together to listen to the radio, and they have the opportunity to call the studio line, ask questions, give their own contributions, especially for the experts or leaders that are in the studio. So they do that. Then another thing is the program is in segments. There's the music aspect of it, which is entertaining, and at the same time, it talks about peaceful coexistence. That is the message in the music. And there's another segment of drama, which most people that call me, they will say it's because of the drama that they even listen to the program. So the drama address so many societal issues that we see around, especially to foster peace among people that are living in such communities. Then another thing is there's a studio line that people can call. It's also, they are so excited whenever they call the studio and they hear their voice, the excitement is there, and they give their own contribution. And if they have any question, the experts in the studio will respond to them. And we also have a platform that they can send messages. And I read the messages live, and some of them maybe that come late, I will read them the following week. So there's entertainment, there's information, and so the people really appreciate the program.
And I don't blame them. That's a lot to put out all the time, and it's obviously working. Thank you very much for giving a very short lesson to other radio stations on how to succeed. So thank you very much, and congratulations again for Her Farm Radio. We'll hear from you again next year, because the runner-up, because the previous winner.
Okay.
So we hope to hear more about how Peace FM is doing. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. But before I go, let me appreciate Liz Hughes Farm Radio for recognizing me from the little contribution I make in the society. Thank you so much. And I also thank the partners that have helped to set up this program, which is very, very important, especially in this part of the world that we are engulfed in so many conflicts and crises. Thank you so much. And to my station, I also appreciate my station too for giving me the opportunity and platform to do it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Doug. Thank you so much, Zena. You also have the congratulations of all the participants. And yes, maybe why not next year we can get you back in the event to explain how this have changed your life. Yes, it will be always interesting to have a life-changing experience for somebody who have participated to this event. And yes, now without much ado, I will invite Kevin Perkins here. But before, I want to tell you that all the questions that you have answered will be answered in the chat. We don't have much time, so all the answers will be posted in the chat. Kevin, over to you to wrap up this event.
Thank you, Martine. And yes, it's now time to bring this World Radio Day celebration to a close. And I want to congratulate all the winners and the runners-up and extend my thanks to all of the farm radio broadcasters of Africa. All of you, you provide an essential service to your communities, and we're all grateful. Let me also thank Lloyd Robertson and Doug Rushton for presenting the awards this year, and to you, Martine, for being our lively and informed and friendly host. Thanks also to Sarah Karamburia, our translator, who's made it possible for this to be a bilingual event. Thank you, Sarah. And there's so many other staff who worked really hard to run the awards, to organize all of this, and to put this event together. So thanks to all of you, my wonderful colleagues. And to Farm Radio supporters that have joined us, thanks very much for your continuing financial and moral support. It really means the world to us. The donations make it all the work possible. Please keep them coming. They really do make a difference. We look forward to your continuing support. Thanks so much to all of you for joining us today. And let me encourage you to continue to celebrate this 2024 World Radio Day. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Kevin. Today is already written in the history. And I believe that next year, again, we are going to write another page of the history of the radio. Yes, sure, we will be there. We are still there. And we are still working with farmers in Africa. And we are not going to rest, yes. All the team of Farm Radio International around the world is thanking everyone for the collaboration and partnership on the field. So we are very glad we had you for this event. I will not thank Lloyd and the dog enough for this. And I hope next year, again, we shall be together for another great celebration. Yes, this is the eve of Valentine's Day, and at Farm Radio International, we are celebrating our love and passion for radio, and not just for radio, for population and rural farmer all over Africa. It was Martin Mogem, your host, and yes, see you next time for this event. Bye.
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 Thank you.